redet wohl keiner mit dir. Was, Byakuya?
I would never kill for a reason as petty as mere survival. And if by some fluke I did kill to survive, why would I bother with the message and arrangement? It'd make me the obvious suspect.
That does make some amount of sense.
Eben.
Plus, whatever reason I have for killing, I would never leave out my prized scissors. Who would go out of their way to use a big, stupid, heavy dumbbell?
Maybe you used the dumbbell because you couldn't find any scissors in the school?
Any scissors? I don't just use any scissors. I only use my own set of high-class envy of the entire world scissors!
Okay, whatever. There still aren't any in the school.
Sagst
Are
du.
you sure about that?
Aus ihrem Arsch gezogen.
She's fully equipped.
Ich habe das im Magen nach mir. Die geht jetzt gleich auf den Murderous Rampage. Oder, beziehungsweise ich habe gesagt, gib dir doch nicht die Scheren in die Hand. Wer hat dir die Scheren gegeben?
That's right, so I can kill anywhere, anytime.
Toko, musst du doch einfach nur die Dinger zurücklassen. Ganz ehrlich, Toko ist doch selbst schuld, wenn Genocide Jack auf eine Murder Rampage geht. Die müsste doch einfach nur die Scheren zurücklassen, wenn sie rausgeht. Also, wie dumm kann man nur sein?
Why would I resort to dumbbells or rope when I have my trusty scissors by my side? Go ahead, tell me I'm wrong. You can't kill gutter dogs, all of you.
Siehst du gerade das da? Was? What? Ihr Haare sehen komisch aus.
Not to mention, I have no clue how to tie a good knot. So rope's totally out of the question.
Sie kann
anyway.
also nicht... Okay, sie kann keine Schnüre machen, zusammenbinden.
I have no idea what's going on anymore. Could such a heinous villain really be innocent?
Ja.
But the body really was suspended, right? And nobody but the police knew about that.
Yeah. That's why we figured it had to be the real deal and not some copycat killer or whatever.
Hold on, there is one person who could have copied the Genocide Jack cases. Wir werden sowas von sterben, wenn wir diese Anschuldigung jetzt machen. Der wird uns umbringen. Select someone. Er war's. Kyoko ist es. Der wird uns sowas von umbringen, wenn der Fall zu Ende ist. Also dann, Byakuya, sag uns doch mal, warum du es nicht sein solltest.
It's possible you could have found out, isn't it?
Eben. Du hast selbst gesagt, du hast die letzten Tage in der Bücherei verbracht, die Genocide Jack Cases zu studieren. Also dann,
You have no
Byakuya.
problem gaining access to classified government documents or internal police records. Plus, you'd already looked through the Genocide Jack file before this all happened, hadn't you?
Er hat nichts zu sagen, Sandra.
Are you saying Mr. Togami did it?
Ich find's lustig, Sandra. Hifumi ist ein Neckbeard, aber er ist höflich. Er spricht alle mit Mister und Nachnamen ein. Ja, trotzdem. Der ist höflich. Außer die Mädchen, die spricht aber Vornamen an.
Then the reason he pushed the theory of Genocide Jack being the killer so hard was because he wanted to pin the crime on her.
Sowieso.
So, he rearranged the scene to disguise it and make it look like I put my stamp on it.
Aber kann auch nicht sein, Byakuya würde sich dann wirklich an Genocides Regeln halten. Er hätte Scheren genommen, wenn das gewesen wäre. Er hätte das dann wirklich gemacht.
The glasses man was behind it all. Oh, I'm on fire.
Also ihr Höschen ist nass.
Well, Byakuya, what's your response?
I see. So now the suspicion falls on me.
Enlighten me, oh great Byakuya. Why didn't you do it?
Then I must ask, when would you say I began acting suspicious? Surely you must have an answer.
Looking back and thinking about it now, the way you were acting right before we discovered the body was a little strange.
In the locker rooms. They're suspicious. Very suspicious indeed. Wouldn't you agree? I agree with me. You would agree, right? That's suspicious. Huh? Suspicious? Yes, suspicious. Didn't I say it? Suspicious. just agree. It seems nobody searched the locker room. Let's start with the girls' locker room.
You wanted to go to the girls' locker room right away, right? But since you're a guy...
I should have naturally thought of the boys' locker room first. Is that what you want to say? The victim was Chihiro, a girl. Hence why I said we should check the girls' locker room.
Nothing strange about that, I'd say.
On the contrary, there's something very strange.
Enlighten
Okay
me.
then, what's so strange about it?
Dein Aussehen.
Go ahead, share with the rest of the class.
Good. There was a clear contradiction in what Byakuya just said. I need to make it clear to everyone. A new element has been added to Naruto. Give me all the juicy details. The truth flash... What? The truth flash... What? Weak spot and hold down the left mouse button. Ah, Luke bullets. Then you memorize that weak spot. You shot once as a single truth bullet. What? Also Lügen. Im V3 sind es die Lüg-Bullets, wo du sagst, I consent. If you change the truth bullet. If you don't seem to have the answer to a liar contradiction in the truth bullets, it might be wise memories of different weeks, but okay, it's the best on a flashback where just if you came with something. If you don't use a flashback, you won't be refuting anything. Well, good luck and have fun. Das sind einfach nur die Lüg-Bullets im V3. Was war Monokuma 2 zwar nochmal?
So,
Kann ich? Nein, 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 ich will jetzt mal gucken. Nein, ich will doch einfach nur gucken, wie ich auf meine Dinger gucken kann. Warte. Woher wusste Byakuya, dass wir... Sie war im jungen Ding. Sie wurde ja im Dungen. Nein. Das ist ja gewesen. Body.
but he was acting weird. How?
If you're presented with the opportunity to check out the girls' locker room,
You absolutely take it!
Sicher.
That's a natural reaction for any guy!
Sicher.
The victim was Chihiro, who was a girl. So of course I would suggest we check the girls' locker room first. There was no time for pointless distractions. What's so strange about that?
I wish you'd taken me with you.
Make a comment about Chihiro's being a girl. It really there's a clear contradiction there. Because it doesn't make sense how he could have known before we even found it. But okay, I need to make that contradiction clear.
So, you said Byakuya was acting kind of weird before we found the body.
Na doch, dann muss ich das wahrscheinlich machen, ne? Come, Makoto didn't scare me like that. Makes you think something weird is going on. If you think about it one more time, there must be a contradiction there. Yeah.
So, you said Byakuya was acting kind of weird before we found the body. But he was acting...
If you're presented with the
ja.
opportunity, that's a
Ich hab
the
den falschen Ding.
victim.
So of course I would suggest...
One more time. What's so strange?
Ja.
I wish you'd taken me with
Wenn
you.
man nicht aufpasst, ne? Ich
So,
weiß.
you said Byakuya... But he was acting...
If you're presented with the opportunity to check out the girls' locker room,
That's a natural reaction for any...
The victim was Chihiro.
Yes!
No, that's wrong.
I consent, but no, that's wrong. Break.
I'll tell you what's so strange about that.
Go ahead.
Because up until we actually discovered the body, we couldn't have known who the victim was. So your claim that you went to the girls' locker room first because Chihiro was the victim doesn't hold up.
I see. That's a good answer, I must admit.
Good.
Interesting. Very interesting indeed. But your reasoning is still too weak.
Sagt der Idiot.
What's wrong? Is that it? Surely you've got more than that. Go ahead. Show us.
What's with Byakuya's attitude? It's like he doesn't even care. I've got him cornered, but he's acting like it has nothing to do with him.
What's the matter? You're not finished already, are you? There must be more to it.
There is. I think.
There is more to it. Think about it. We just talked about the differences between this case and past Genocide Jack incidents. The proof you're looking for is hidden in there.
Oh? Proof that I'm the culprit, you mean?
Okay. The differences between this case and other Genocide Jack murders. The evidence that proves Byakuya is responsible is hidden in there. What could it be? Library desk lamp. Oh, das Verlängerungskabel, ne?
What? The difference between the cases? You want me to explain it again? When I want to kill, I use my very own special scissors.
Yeah.
I use those same scissors to arrange the body.
Yeah. Oh Gott.
But Chihiro was suspended with... It was some kind of rope. Was it not?
That's right! It absolutely was!
Good.
Then there must be something very fishy indeed about that rope.
Ja.
Hey, Byakuya, where'd you get it from, huh?
I'd never seen that rope before in my life.
No, that's wrong.
You did see it, you asshat.
Actually, I'm pretty sure you have seen it before.
Ja.
Because, you see, that rope, or should I say, that extension cord?
Wie man das nicht gesehen hat.
What? An extension cord?
Byakuya, you've used the extension cord in the library more than once, haven't you? And the same extension cord that was in the library all this time went missing after the murder.
Das Kabel sieht so bescheuert aus von der Lampe.
And there's no way someone who uses that extension cord as much as you do wouldn't discover that fact.
Alles klar.
Byakuya must be the one who took the extension cord. I can't imagine any other possibility.
Da ist nichts mehr zu sagen, wa?
That's really what you think? Then your conclusion is something like this? I killed Chihiro in the girls' locker room, then hung her up and wrote that bloody message. I intentionally made it look like Genocide Jack was behind it. Is that about right?
Ja. He's doing it again. He's totally calm, totally unconcerned. And if he's not even as if he's not even involved. Wait, not even involved.
What's wrong? I asked you if you think that's what happened.
Hell yes, that's what happened. So that's it, right? Byakuya's the killer.
I don't disagree with not disagreeing.
What? I don't disagree with that. What?
He kept calling this a game, right? So he'd be totally willing to do something like this to win.
Sorry, but could we hold on just a second? I think we need to talk about this a little more.
Okay.
Do we really need to? We've already decided who did it.
I know, but still,
Ja.
there's something that's still bothering me.
Is that right? And what, pray tell, is still bothering you?
Dein Auftreten, dein Charakter, dein Aussehen, die dämliche Brille, die du auf der Fresse trägst. Muss ich noch weiterreden?
I killed her in the girls' locker room, then disguised my crime. Specifically, I dressed it up to make it look like it was the work of a homicidal psychopath. What about all that bothers you?
Wait. What was it just now? Something's not right. Jiro's body was definitely found in the girls' locker room, but does that mean... Can I really just accept what Byakuya said as the truth? No, I don't think so. There's definitely something wrong about it. The scene of the crime. Es ist immer die Oberste, das richtig ist, Sandra.
I got it!
Es
You say you killed Chihiro in the girls' locker room, right? But are you sure about that? Isn't it possible that the murder took place somewhere else?
How disappointing. What kind of question is that? Even in the world of disappointments, this is a true letdown.
Entschuldigung. Disappointed! Even in the world of disappointment, this is a true letdown. Entschuldigung, dass ich meine Meinung sage.
She was found dead in the girls' locker room. There is absolutely no question about that.
Aber hat Sakura nicht gesagt, der Teppich hat einen Kaffeefleck und der Kaffeefleck war jetzt der Shitstain im Boys Dressroom?
How could the scene of the crime have been anywhere
Dressroom.
else?
Well, I think it's entirely possible that she was killed somewhere else, then carried there later, along with the rest of the murder scene.
The rest of the murder scene? That was awfully specific. Please tell me you have a reason for saying all of that.
I believe I do.
Ja. Hey Byakuya, did I just take you off guard? When the story suddenly moved to the crime scene, Byakuya, who'd been so confident up till now, maybe Byakuya never even realized that the actual scene of the crime could have been somewhere else.
Hey, don't just move on without permission! What do you mean she was killed somewhere else?
Come on, Makoto. If there's any chance the murder took place somewhere else, let's see the proof.
Evidence that shows that murder took place somewhere else. There was something that was switched between the boys and girls locker room. Wo ist es? Das ist ja den Carpet, ne? Oder die Locker Room Posters. Ich glaube ja das da.
I got it!
Ja.
The proof that she was killed somewhere else is the poster that's hanging in each locker room.
Your proof is some posters?
The poster in the girls' locker room was a picture of a big-boobed supermodel. But don't you think that's kind of strange? Why would the girls' locker room have a poster like that?
Für die Lesben unter uns. Ist doch so!
Those massive jugs of hers were totally fake!
Sagt die nichts hat.
Meanwhile, the boys' locker room had a poster of the super popular boy band Tornado.
Erstens mal beschissener Name, zweitens du mit deinem Vorurteil. Vielleicht gibt's Jungs, die das mögen.
Again, that doesn't really seem to belong in a boys' locker room.
Sagst du.
So you're saying that maybe the posters were switched?
And there's one other thing I noticed about the locker rooms.
Das wäre?
You know what I'm talking about, right, Sakura?
You're referring to my protein coffee, aren't you?
Ja.
Protein coffee? While I was in the girls' locker room earlier, I spilled some protein coffee on the carpet. But I noticed that after the murder, the stain had been totally scrubbed away.
No, it's not that the stain was scrubbed away. It was moved. Wo haben wir's denn? Da.
I got it!
Da hast du deinen
The
Kaffeefleck.
stain on the girls' locker room carpet wasn't scrubbed away. In fact, I found it on the boys' locker room carpet.
That's definitely the stain from my protein coffee.
Okay.
Then, does that mean that the carpets were switched too?
Ja.
Why would anyone do that?
Blue.
To move the murder scene from one locker room to the other. It's certainly plausible, don't you think? What?
Ja.
In other words, in order to completely swap the scene of the crime, the blood-stained poster and carpet were moved along with the dead body. By doing this, the killer was able to change the entire room where the murder took place.
I can certainly follow your reasoning, but why would the culprit bother doing that?
Huh?
Why would they go through all that trouble of switching the scene of the crime? Actually, an even bigger question. If the murder did take place in the boys' locker room, then how did Chihiro get in the boys' locker room in the first place? To get into the locker rooms, you have to swipe your e-handbook across the card reader device. But Chihiro's handbook should have only allowed her access to the girls' locker room. She had no way to get into the boys' locker room to begin with.
No, she did have a way, and I can tell you what it was.
Oh mein Gott, Hagakura hat was Intelligentes zu sagen.
I highly doubt that.
Oder auch nicht.
Shut up! I'm telling you, I know how she could have done it.
Is he right? Could Chihiro really have gotten into the boys' locker room somehow? Ja. Und Hagakure weiß warum. Broken e-handbook.
Is it really possible? Could Chihiro really have gotten into the boys' locker room somehow?
Ah! I got it! She must have hacked her e-handbook.
Nein.
She was the ultimate programmer, after all. I'm sure that would have been no problem for her.
Na, glaube ich nicht.
No, I don't think that's it. She used the thing that was in the main hall.
Und das war?
What thing?
I'm talking about Leon's handbook, of course.
Monokuma hat gesagt, es kann nicht kaputt gehen. Also, ich glaube eher Monokuma in dem Fall. Ich meine, das ist ja Yasuhiro.
No, I don't think Chihiro used Leon's handbook.
Why not?
Ja.
Because Leon's handbook was broken.
Oh. Oh. Ach ja, haben ja gesagt, es ist broken. Und dann kommt Monokuma daher und sagt, es war nicht kaputt.
Oh. Well, then, yeah, I guess that'd be pretty impossible, huh?
I am struck silent by how quickly you gave up.
Es ist Hagakure, Sakura, was erwartest du?
Plus, isn't there a regulation against using someone else's handbook?
Actually, the rule states that loaning your handbook is prohibited. It says nothing about borrowing one. In other words, you could borrow a dead person's handbook all you want, and you'd be safe.
Ja.
Yup. Hit the nail square on the noggin.
Of course, if it were broken, that wouldn't make any sense anyway.
So then, she must have hacked hers, like I said. She used her ultimate programmer skills and...
Psst! You can't fix an e-handbook. The instant you open one up, a security buzzer starts blaring.
So, if she didn't use Leon's handbook, and she didn't modify her own handbook...
Maybe Mr. Naegi's initial assumption is just wrong?
Wie wirst du dann erklären, dass die Dinger getauscht
It
wurden?
seems like there's no way she could have got into the boys' locker room. So I guess so.
Okay then, I vote for Byakuya.
Ziemlich schnell. Is that it then? Jiro was killed in the girls' locker room and Byakuya's the one who did it, really? But still, I don't know what else I can do.
Hold on a second.
Endlich meldest du dich auch mal wieder zu Wort.
I agree with you, though. I think you're on the right track.
What the? You finally decide to open your mouth and that's what you've got to say? There's no way she could get in the boys' locker room, right? So...
Why are you so sure she couldn't get in? There's still one other way she could have gained access.
What?
Ja.
What are you talking about? What other way is there?
Well, to explain that, why don't we take a little break from the trial? I'd like you all to come see something.
Wait. Just what do you think you're doing?
Don't worry. This'll make the whole trial more exciting. I'm sure that thought must please you.
Ja.
Huh? It'll make things more exciting? Well, all right then. I declare an official class trial recess.
For real?
Kann's tun,
Now
ist Monokuma.
then, what is it you want to show us? It better not be boring or I'll be very unhappy.
Oh, I have no doubt it'll meet your lofty expectations. So, shall we go?
Okay. So before I even know what was happening, the class trial had been put on hold. We headed off with Kyoko in the lead. And where she took us was...
The girls' locker room?
We've already searched this place top to bottom. What are you trying to pull, Missy?
I'd like you to examine the victim's body one more time.
You want to check it again?
Be sure to examine the entire body very carefully. Take your time.
Examine her carefully? Like using our hands?
Hat jetzt gerade Nekrophilie entwickelt.
No way!
Okay. Good.
It's probably best if I don't run my hands all over a girl's dead body.
It's not that I'm creeped out or anything, it's just... based on religious grounds, you know?
Du bist religiös?
Very well. I'll do it.
Danke, Sakura.
But you're a girl. You shouldn't have to touch a dead body. Just let one of the boys do it.
No, it's okay. I think Chihiro would rather have a girl examine her. So just leave this to me.
Sakura. What is this? Some kind of secret girl-on-girl action? Is that what you two are about?
Ja.
That's not it at all. Stop screwing around.
Okay, here I go. I'm sorry, Chihiro. Please excuse the intrusion.
Putting her hands together in a brief prayer, Sakura then began to quietly examine her body.
Be sure to check her entire body. and I believe we will solve this particular mystery.
Her entire body? I know you say that, but... What? This is... What is this...
What is it?
Not possible. It's not possible.
Sakura's eyes were staring wildly at Chihiro's lifeless form. Her massive frame trembled.
This girl is
what?
a boy!
Ah, I see. So she was actually a he. Interesting. Thank you for confirming this fact.
Fuck. Ja, meine Reaktion, genau.
You're joking, right?
I wouldn't joke about this.
Then it's really true?
Ja.
Chihiro was a guy?
Yep.
Oh, what? You guys didn't know? Heck, I knew that right off the bat. Chihiro Fujisaki was totally a guy.
Okay.
He was a cross-dresser? Oh, I'm really on fire! I wish I had killed him!
Ach, Toko.
So that's what Kyoko wanted to show everyone, huh? Interesting. Yes, that certainly does make things much more exciting.
Okay.
Now let's ride this wave of excitement back to the courtroom and get back to the trial.
Good.
Ahem. I do apologize for keeping you waiting. Now then, let's resume the class trial. We've all just learned of the shocking revelation that Chihiro was actually a boy. Let's pick up from there.
Yes, well, I don't know his reason for hiding it, but the fact is, Chihiro was not a girl, but a boy.
Yeah. To think that Chihiro was actually a guy, the thought had never even crossed my mind.
Because the victim was male, he would have had no problem gaining access to the boys' locker room.
Assuming his handbook did, in fact, list his gender as male, then yes, that would be true.
Of course his handbook said he was a boy. He dressed like a girl, but he was a boy through and through.
So then, there should be no issue with Makoto's initial assertion. The victim was killed in the boys' locker room, and was then later moved to the girls' locker room. And the killer could have easily used Sayaka or Junko's handbook to get into the girls' locker room.
So Chihiro really was killed in the boys' locker room?
Genau.
I still don't understand the motive for moving the body, but yes, that does seem plausible.
Well, I must admit, I did find it rather odd. I knew he felt a little off. There was a certain incongruity to his female body.
Und das war was?
This is the most titillating situation!
Ja, du kriegst einen
So
Heimorgasmus.
now everything has been connected. All the mysteries have finally become clear.
Nein, wir wissen immer noch nicht, wer ihn ermordet hat.
Okay, well, connected or clear or whatever. We still think you're the killer, remember?
Very interesting.
He doesn't
This
give a
has
shit.
become very interesting indeed.
Ah, he's off in his own little world.
What about you, Makoto? After everything we've learned, do you still think Byakuya's the killer?
Well, without a doubt, Byakuya is the one that made Chihiro's death look like Genocide Jack did it. But I think he might not actually be the killer after all.
What? But aren't you the one who accused him in the first place?
He just seems to be too easygoing about all this. Like he's enjoying us solving the mystery. The way he's acting, it makes it seem like it doesn't have anything to do with him.
And you think that might be because it doesn't have anything to do with him?
Wahrscheinlich.
Plus, the evidence he left behind was a little too... how can I put it? Overt. He consciously chose to use the extension cord, knowing it could connect him to the murder. At least, that's how I see it. And Byakuya, when you found out the murder took place in the boys' locker room, it seemed to rattle you. And then again when you found out Chihiro was actually a guy. If you really were the killer, that stuff wouldn't have had any effect on you.
So that's your thinking, huh? Well, it bothers me that you don't have more concrete reasons, but it's fine. I guess I'll mark it as correct for the time being.
So ein Arsch.
Mark it as